Hello and welcome to another review. My name is Daniel Gibson, and today we're talking about Woodlawn, the newest movie from Pureflix. Now, this movie is about a team that is put together in a time of segregation coming to an end, sort of, in Alabama, the heart of the South. And it's about a team who has to come and overcome the world around them, the things that they've grown up in. And the way they do that is by rallying around Christ. Based on a true story, this movie follows an outstanding talent as he is discovered, and his team discovers, and he discovers the greatness of God. Now, I really liked Woodlawn. I went into it with a good amount of expectations. You still have to kind of take that step back with Christian films. There's no way around it. I mean, there's certain aspects we get from mainstream entertainment, mainstream media, as far as storytelling and acting and everything else that we just don't have right now. Doesn't mean that's the way we have to always to be, but right now it's what it is. As I watched this film, some of those things came true, but I tell you what, I still was impressed with some of the stuff in Woodlawn. The football elements in this movie are really, really good. The spiritual elements are good, dynamic, and everything's happening in a really fun and exciting way. It's interesting to see the way this team rallies around God. As a youth pastor who works with students in high school, I was thinking to myself, man, this is what I want. This is my desire, to see youth rising up and taking their role, saying God is number one. So that was exciting. Drew a tear to my eye, because that's what I'm so desperate for. It's for that right there. It's for revival to take place. And so that's why we do multimedia and everything else. And so as I watched this, I was intrigued and excited. But with all the good that this movie had, and it really was. It was good characters, good acting, not perfect, but good, and it was a really well-put movie. There's always the bad, and if I had to go the bad in this one, I basically have to say, I wanted just a little bit more from everyone. I guess that's the biggest thing, is that there's these people who I'm involved with in this movie, people who I care about in this movie, and I wanted to know everybody just a little bit more. That doesn't mean you don't get a good amount. I just wanted just more of this movie, which isn't a bad thing. It's I just want just a little more Pureflix, a little more from Woodlawn. So I think that's kind of what you might see, is it just feels a little bit hollow at times. Also, I felt like a little bit near the end of the movie it became a little bit long, because you kind of sit back and you're like, okay, I have only this much time I've been here. I can feel I've been there this much time, and I got a lot of yards left to run, if you will. And so I kind of felt like it was long at times, but that's not a knock on the movie. Let me just give you my final synopsis here. My final, not synopsis, but approval, whatever else. This movie is really, really good. It's about a time in history, a true story of God just changing people's lives. And I don't know about you, but that excites me more than just about anything else in this world. It was fantastic to watch. It was a fantastic experience. I don't mean to say this is the greatest movie of all time, because it wasn't. It was a good movie, but it had a great meaning behind it, and it pushed it up a little bit in my book, a couple notches. The parental guide was fantastic. There's nothing in this movie at all. There's no cursing, nothing. And guess what? You don't sit there and think, man, this movie's just missing that. No, it was good, and so that was a plus. All in all, guys, this movie's going to get a 6.5 on my scale. Some might think it's low, some might think it's high. I try to rate these against other movies, and as a pure movie, maybe it wasn't the greatest, but it has so much else going for it that for me made it a great experience. And if you're along that, even if you're not, I think you'll enjoy Woodlawn if you give it a chance. So it definitely gets the multimedia stamp of approval, guys. But if you are going to go see this movie this weekend, let me know in the comments down below, and if you would, come back and let me know your thoughts too. Hey guys, and one more thing, I'm going to get real with you for a second. We've been doing multimedia for about a year now. October of last year, I believe, is when we started with our first review of Fury. And so it's been a year. We put up like 80 videos or something like that. And we've done a lot. But it's one of those things to where we're struggling. I work a full-time job. I'm a youth pastor. I have my beautiful wife, and I have all these other things that pull at me once I'm out of here. My wife is incredibly supportive, and so is everyone else. But it's definitely one of those things you have to sit back and think to yourself, ooh, what are we doing? I feel God's called me to do this, so we're going to keep pushing on. But if this has made a difference in your life, I'm just asking if you've made it to this part of the video review, which you probably haven't, but if you're here, I really appreciate it. Just let me know in the comments down below if this means anything to you guys. It just would mean the world to me. I feel called to do this. I feel called. I cried during the scene, a scene of a certain person in this movie coming to know Jesus, because it impacted me, because that's what I want. This movie's about one way. There's one way and there's one God, and He deserves to be glorified. And I sit back and I say to myself, this movie is what I want my life to look like. A light shining, pointing an arrow towards my God. That's what Multiply Media is supposed to be. That's why we do this week after week. It's not always easy. It's not always cheap. It's nothing at all that's easy. But it's worth it. So guys, I'm telling you right now, if you could just let me know in the comments down below what this means to you. Let me know what God means to you. The hope of Multiply Media is to be that right there. To be a light in the darkness for Him. To be a place where other Christians can come and enjoy and say, I can watch good content and still worship my God. But it's difficult for us here on the other side. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's been an amazing time. If you like what we do here, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me personally, as we've talked about here. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And as always, God bless. I'll see you next time.